Hello everyone. For my case conceptualization, I would like for you to meet Jennifer, who suffers from OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. The theoretical approach I will take in conceptualizing her problem is from a cognitive behavioral therapy's point of view. And so that usually begins with an analysis of the problem, and it's called ABC analysis, which is antecedents, the problematic behavior, and the consequences of that problematic behavior. And so for Jennifer, we'll look at some of the antecedents for her, and there seems to be a lot of uncertainty. So whether you look at her ritualistic behavior concerning the mirrors, or touching of her teeth with a cup in a very systematic way, logical and linear in thought, but very rigid. Or looking at when she scrapes on and off the emotions of the countertop, you see that there's some triggers there. And usually with OCD, it's the obsessive thoughts, and those obsessive thoughts are very unwanted thoughts, and they produce a lot of anxiety and require a lot of time to try to control or suppress those thoughts. And usually ritualistic behaviors are used as a way of suppressing those thoughts, and it just gets worse and worse and worse as more worry and doubt creeps in. So that'll be the first step, looking at the antecedents of what's causing those type of behaviors. So we're looking at the triggers, and then looking at the problematic behaviors themselves. Probably the one that really touched a nerve for me was the teeth one. Having to touch the cup in a certain way, in a very ritualistic way, which usually involves counting or some kind of sequential sets of counting. For her, it seems to be the sets of 5, and it becomes more elaborate as more worry comes in, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Wait, did I get 5 sets? And you kind of see that doubt kind of creep in with her as she's trying to make certain that she has the right count. And so it becomes more time-consuming, and then it impairs more of their life. And again, this is quite different than how the media portrays OCD, where it's something that you think a lot about. Oh, I must have OCD because I'm always thinking about this. No, this is really unwanted thoughts that are so anxiety-inducing, and with the ritualistic behaviors are such an impairment in their lives because they spend so much time in prepping and trying to control these unwanted thoughts. But they miss out on a lot, and it's just a horrible disorder that disrupts a good portion of their life. So once we look at the problematic behavior, we'll look at the consequences, and I touched on that a little bit before on how it impairs their life. We won't spend a lot of time looking at the etiology of her OCD because, quite frankly, we may never know what caused it. It's just like an allergen or a virus. We don't know how we catch it or where we come in contact with it, but we certainly are aware of the current implications of catching an allergen or a virus. So from a very behavioral standpoint from CBT, which I'll touch more on and expound on more in the treatment section of my case conceptualization, we'll talk about how we'll treat this behaviorally and possibly deal with some of the thoughts too that might cause her some problems. But mainly I foresee us dealing with this more behaviorally, with more behavioral approach than anything else. So that's my case, that's CBT, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I look forward to your feedback, and more importantly, have a great day. Goodbye.